kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll start by running the option to the right. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. Oh, good move. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They hand off to their big tight end. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Albert Okwuegbunam taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. O'Connell on 1st and 10. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Play action. Now O'Connell. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you got...
Touchdown Raiders! Davante Adams from 10 yards out. And the Raiders have come back to make it a 2-point game.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. O'Connell's throwing for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. I know it's still just the first half, but we'll see if that 2 points looms large later.
I would have kicked it. And I know that they were trying to equal the score, but sometimes you kind of get seduced into that. It's the first half. Kick the extra point and continue to play so you don't have to chase points later.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Flush to his right. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing, but in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. A very solid gain of 27.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll roll him out right. Nice footwork at the 25. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't...
Hurts fumbles it. And the Raiders pick it up.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. Following the fumble recovery, O'Connell, and he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. A final shot before break. O'Connell. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. off the play fake. O'Connell. He finds Mayer here. And he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. And they go play action here with O'Connell. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reed Blankenship. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that?
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And that is caught for the 2 points. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll start with the option. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Now a give, right side, Swift. Fights off the defender, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's O'Connell. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a 1st down. Now O'Connell. Throwing the slant, and he finds Mayer. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. O'Connell looking to throw yet again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick-6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Throwing, O'Connell. Same target, it's Jacobs again. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's taken down inside the 30. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's O'Connell. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
52's the mark, bro. 52.
O'Connell. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. Touchdown! Devontae Adams, 28 yards. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And they're going to get the two. It's caught. And the lead is cut to 2 here in the fourth. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. Oh, it's loose, and the Raiders have it. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's fourth down. They'll go for it. O'Connell. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Brown with his stick skills, and he's got some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. A little juke. And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Here's Swift. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now